Hey guys, Brian Savage here with you, and we have the Peavey Basic 50 done. Show you what I did. I added a new 10K pot that's not stacked, and then a switch. Just a simple, the pot that I had, unfortunately, I didn't have any push-pulls, and the ones they make aren't the double stack. Oh, let me see. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. That one. That was the culprit. And I took it apart and looked, and man, it was just really, really roached inside, and a little part inside here in the actual potentiometer side of it that slid back and forth was wore down to where it wouldn't hardly touch. And I could have probably bent it and made it work, but I did this instead, because this part, top part, is nothing more than a switch. So when you pull on it, switches on, push on it, switches off. There's no resistance value change in this top part. It's just the bottom. So in there I have just a regular potentiometer, and the knob that it's a smooth end with a set screw, as you can see there. So I had to use a different knob. All the other ones are the same. And I went through and cleaned every single potentiometer on the end. When I had the PCB board out, I cleaned every one of them. Also fixed, there was an issue. Let me get my light here for you. Whoa, I make you sick. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, light's over there. Shucks. Alright. Where the yellow wire attaches on top, that was barely on there and very corroded, so we fixed that. There where these two wires were in there, that was just barely hanging on. In fact, the white wire even came loose, as you saw in the last video, so that's fixed now. New zip tie. I noticed that these two yellow wires and all the inside pictures I saw of this amp, it was shielded. I didn't have any kind of shielding, so I just run some tape around it and kind of ran it away from everything. Everything else on it was good. So I did that. Like I said, added in just a regular 10K pot. Now, I had to add some wires onto the lugs of the potentiometer because it wasn't made like that, to get those back there and then get it to mount. And the two wires that are connected to this switch, the red and black wire connected to that switch, actually mounts right underneath of this potentiometer. So I ran the wires in from the bottom and then soldered them that way, and then made sure they wasn't really sticking through the top. But just in case, I just wrapped some tape around that thing right there, just in case. I don't think it ever would cause a problem. Secondly, that green capacitor right there, that little sucker, was oh so loose. I mean, just oh so loose, and I didn't even realize it. And that was causing the squealing problem I was talking about, after I thought maybe one of these big caps going bad. It was right there. And how I found that out was I turned the amp on, and I got a little wooden stick here. And I take this little wooden stick and I just tap every one. Every single component I go through and tippity tap tap tap, tippity tap tap tap. And I tapped that sucker and it made wee 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 noise. So I flipped it, took the board back out again, and I've had this thing in and out of this casing so many times. Took the board out again, and it was just a cracked solder joint on the bottom of that lug right there. So I just heated it up, didn't even have to throw any solder to it, just heated up the solder and it fixed it, rebonded it, and now I can shake this thing like shaking your moneymaker, and no problems. Some of these things have like the hot glue on them. That's probably what this needs, because I don't know if all the rattling of something's got it loose inside either too, so I'm not sure. So I may end up putting a big glob of hot glue around the bottom of it so it doesn't move anymore or vibrate or anything like that. But none of that matters right now, because what does matter is, you can see I got it just sitting outside the cabinet and the wires to the speaker in there and plugged in. Let me plug the power in, now that we're not going to have our hands in it anymore. Alright, she's got power. As you can see, we got everything set to 0. We turn it on. No noises. Good. Alright. Pre-gain. Post-gain. Low, mid, high. Presence. Pluck the bass string. Ha ha ha! No scratchy scratchy, no scratchy scratchy. None of the pots are all scratchy like before. Now here's the cool thing. Instead of pulling for your bright, there's your bright. Makes little to no difference in this amp, I'll tell you that much. It never did. So, anyway, guys, I fixed it. I fixed it. Look, Ma, I did it. The Basic 50 running again. Share the music. Share the love. See ya.